What's up, everybody? It's Ramsey Truth Bros. Of course, it's Jimmy Ramsey speaking. Today, we're going to be finishing Leviticus, and if I realized how close we was to finishing it yesterday, my head was still cloudy yesterday. We would have went ahead and just finished it yesterday and started Numbers today. But anyways, we got one chapter to go in Leviticus, and we're going to be starting the book of Numbers today. But I want to say a few things like I've been doing before we get started. And I really encourage everybody to please check out those Jubilee studies. Man, it's getting good. It's already been good since the first chapter. It's awesome. It gives us so much more detail than Genesis and Leviticus. So much of Jubilees is what you see in Genesis, and then the last couple of chapters is like a little bit of Leviticus, what you see in Leviticus, and it just gives way more detail. It gives the year when all this stuff happened. Talks more about a little bit more of the watchers and stuff like that, just like Enoch does. And yeah, I mean, it does not contradict anywhere. So the people who say that, they just simply have not read it. And that's what you see a lot of times. You see Christians who just don't want to acknowledge these books because what they've been told their whole life, they've inherited, and they believe that it's just Catholic and stuff like that. And although the Catholic, the Roman Catholic Church are the people, the very one people who are hiding these books from us. And I want to say something that's going to offend a lot of people, but we can't keep silent on this. They're the ones who sold us this fake Jesus character. And where I say that is this fake Jesus character that I'm talking about is the guy who done away with the law, the guy who says it's okay to not worry about the Sabbath. It's okay to eat whatever you want. Just do whatever you want as long as you come up here on every Sunday and pay the tithe. That fake Jesus character, which we know the true Messiah, his name is Yahusha. Now, there's a lot of people in the dark, and they worship the Messiah as Jesus because they just simply don't know any better. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this fake Roman Catholic deity that they just worship in the churches, Jesus, 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 and they never ever talk about the Father. They and Yahusha also, the Messiah said, don't. There's only one good, and that's the Father. You know, he never wanted us to point at him. He always pointed us to the Father. You know, pray to him through the authority of Yahusha, our high priest, our Messiah. And that's where the church is wrong at today. They're lawless, and they don't even know it. Some of them do know it. You know, shame on the people who actually do know it, because, man, you're just blaspheming. And that's just, you're evil. But I was watching a video earlier, just like I do every day. I watch sermons and stuff like that, fellow sermons and stuff like that. And, he was talking about false prophets and the Deuteronomy 13 test and stuff like that, which was Paul quoted in Galatians, first chapter of Galatians, when he says, if any among you preach any other gospel, let him be accursed, which was quoted from Deuteronomy 13. If anybody come preach another gospel or be a dreamer of dreams, he's a false prophet if he's not doing the will of the Father. So what I want to say is, the tribulation that's coming up here soon, whenever it starts, I should say, is called the time of Jacob's trouble. Also, Malachi chapter 3, he says, I, the Father, I, Yahuwah, change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob be not consumed. So he says, I, the Father, that way the sons of Jacob, I change not, that way you sons of Jacob be not consumed. Remember these laws that I gave to you in Horeb, which is in the book of Malachi. And then, we learn about the time of Jacob's trouble, which is tribulation. And a lot of Christian pastors understand that time to be the tribulation, even though they falsify it with the rapture and all this stuff. But, they consider themselves to be spiritual Jews or spiritual Israel. although it does not say this in Scripture, not one time that we are grafted into spiritual Israel. It says no. Ephesians chapter 2, we are literally becoming the commonwealth of Israel. We are the state of Israel, the 12 tribes. The 10 tribes was scattered to the four corners of the earth, and now we're being brought back. So the time of Jacob's trouble is tribulation, the great tribulation that everybody knows about. So Christians consider themselves worthy enough to suffer the tribulation and to be took care of during the tribulation time, but all the rest of it, they say, oh, well, that's just for the Jews. The law, the Torah, oh, that's just for the Jews. Don't worry about that. You know how blasphemous that sounds and how ignorant that is. It's truly ignorant of Christianity. It's just indoctrinated by man's religion, man's doctrines. You can look at any doctrine that you can think of or any religion, and it was started by a man. Once saved, always saved. Mormonism, whatever, it doesn't matter. It was started by a man. You can look it up. But I got to thinking about that earlier. The time, he calls it specifically the time of Jacob's trouble, which the sons of, we just actually read in Exodus, Genesis. I can't remember what chapter, but it's towards the end of Genesis that, Jacob's name turned to Israel. He changed his name to Israel. And names do matter, by the way. Why do you think he changed everyone's name? After he started following him, they got a new name. Because names matter. And also, when he's saying, there's no other name that men be saved, when it's talking about in Acts chapter 4, I think it is, he's talking about the authority. There's no other authority that you could be saved by. But man, we have to keep planting seeds and just hopefully people get them planted, and deep, and they take root, and then the Father will water it, But anyways, good to see you, Vahid. Thanks for coming, sister. And of course, Sandy, Seek the Father, all the way from Australia. Good to see you, sister. Thanks for being here. We're going to study the end of Leviticus, and we're going into the book of Numbers. So everything I just talked about is a little bit what I've been thinking of. And, man, Christians have a rude awakening coming. I'm telling you they do. And it's sad. They're worshiping a false Messiah. They just are. They're worshiping Jesus like he is the Father. That's the whole error of the Trinity doctrine is, all three of them are Jesus. Jesus is the Father, Jesus is the Son, Jesus is the Holy Spirit. And he just come and done away with everything. He said, do what you want to do. Everything's all fine now. Three-quarters of your book tells you to do this way and keep the commandments, which also, the Brit Hawkshaw, the New Testament also tells us to also. But, the way they interpret it and the way they're pushing it on us, it's the Antichrist spirit. It's the anti-Messiah spirit. The lawless one. The Second Thessalonians tells us about the falling away, I believe already happened because people already fell away from the Torah. They don't care about the Torah anymore. They tell us that it's done away with, which is blasphemy. And people are, how he says he'll come and sit in the holy place, and the abomination of desolation will be in the holy place. I think that is, I'm starting to believe that it is people. And this anti-Messiah has already been revealed. The son of perdition. You got to think, because Sop, son of perdition, Sop, entered into Judas Iscariot. So why don't you think that it couldn't enter into us now? You know what I mean? So anyway, that's a lot to think about, and that's a whole mouthful. That's enough to do a couple videos on actually. But anyways, that's everything I've been thinking about, and we need to warn people about ones that we love and ones that we don't love. We need to warn. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started in the study. Thanks for being here, sisters. I love you all. I really do. I appreciate it. Like I always said, if it's just me and you listen to this and just a couple of people, then we'll keep doing that. But I really, really, really honestly wish that people would start listening, and we could get more viewers somehow, and fellowship and get the truth out there. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's say a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, we just come to you today and to worship you, to understand your word, and to read your word so that it can be inside of us, and that way the word will come back out of us. That way the Ruach can stir remembrance in us, Father, when we're trying to give the good news to people and try to bring people to you, Father. That way they won't have to go to a place where you didn't want them to go in the first place, Father. But a lot of people have rejected your truth, and they're just blind. Father, help us be good soldiers and to fight this fight, Father, and to run this race. In Yahushua's name we pray, Father. Please give us wisdom and understanding. In your name, amen. Amen. So, okay. Here we go. The last chapter of Leviticus. Laws about vows. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When a man shall make a singular vow, that the person shall be for Yahuwah by the estimation. And thy estimation shall be of the male from 20 years old and even unto 60 years old. Even thy estimation shall be 50 shekels of silver after the shekel of the sanctuary. And if it be a female, then the estimation shall be 30 shekels. And if it be from 5 years old even unto 20 years old, then thy estimation shall be of the male 20 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. And if it be from a month old even unto 5 years old, then estimation shall be of the male 5 shekels of silver, and for the female thy estimation shall be 3 shekels of silver. And if it be from 60 years old and above, if it be a male, then thy estimation shall be 15 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. But if he be poor, then thy estimation, then he shall present himself before the priest, and the priest shall value him according to his ability. That vowed shall the priest value him. And if it be a beast, whereof men bring an offering unto Yahuwah, all that any man giveth of such unto Yahuwah shall be holy. And I just want to say this right quick. A lot of people, when we read the Torah and study the law, a lot of people will say, well, see, we can't do this anymore. That's why it's changed. And I just want to say it's so simple that, all the laws that apply to you, that apply to men, apply to female, some apply to farmers, do the ones that apply to you, and pray about it. And, a lot of this stuff that has changed from the Levitical priesthood to the Melchizedek priesthood is going to be restored, because it was prophesied that the Levitical priesthood would be restored. And I believe that that's what the millennium's for, is he's going to be restoring this stuff. But however, the laws still apply, but we know that we don't have to sacrifice animals anymore for remission of sins. That would be blasphemy. He shall not alter it nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good. And if he shall at all change beast for beast, then and the exchange thereof shall be holy. And if it be any unclean beast, of which they do not offer a sacrifice unto Yahuwah, then he shall present the beast before the priest. And the priest shall value it, whether it be good or bad, as thou valuest it. Who art the priest, so shall it be. But if he will at all redeem it, then he shall add a fifth part thereof unto thy estimation. And when a man shall sanctify his house to be holy unto Yahuwah, then the priest shall estimate it, whether it be good or bad, as the priest shall estimate it, so shall it stand. And if he that sanctified it will redeem his house, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of thy estimation unto it, and it shall be his. And if a man shall sanctify unto Yahuwah some part of a field of his possession, then thy estimation shall be according to the seed thereof. A homer of barley seed shall be valued at 50 shekels of silver. If he sanctify his field from the year of Jubilee, according to thy estimation it shall stand. But if he sanctify his field after the Jubilee, then the priest shall reckon unto him the money according to the years that remain, even unto the year of the Jubilee, and it shall be abated from thy estimation. So just let me say this Jubilee just got me it stirred up my remembrance about something. We're not in the promised land anymore. We was scattered out, of course, like I was just mentioning earlier. The 10 tribes, the 10 lost tribes were scattered to the four corners of the earth. And now we're waiting on the second Exodus, the greater Exodus that be so much greater that they won't even remember the first one, into the promised land. And it goes in all about the 144,000 will lead us and all that stuff. So people have different horses in the race about that, who it'll be and stuff. But we know that it's 12,000 from each tribe. But we're waiting on our promised land, which is New Jerusalem ascending in Revelation 21. And if he that sanctifieth the field will in any wise redeem it, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of thy estimation unto it, and it shall be assured to him. And if he will not redeem the field, or if he have sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed anymore. But the field, when it goeth out in the Jubilee, shall be holy unto Yahuwah, as a field devoted, the possession thereof shall be the priest. And if a man sanctify unto Yahuwah a field which he hath bought, which is not of the fields of his possession, then the priest shall reckon unto him the worthy of thy estimation, even unto the year of the Jubilee, and he shall give thine estimation in that day as a holy thing unto Yahuwah. In the year of the Jubilee, the field shall return unto him of whom it was bought, even to him to whom the possession of the land did belong. And all thy estimation shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 20 gerahs shall be the shekel. Only the firstlings of the beast, which should be Yahuwah's firstling, no man shall sanctify it, whether it be ox or sheep, it is Yahuwah's. And if it be of an unclean beast, then he shall redeem it according to thine estimation, and shall add a fifth part of it thereto, of it to be not redeemed, then it shall be sold according to thy estimation. Notwithstanding, no devoted thing that a man shall devote unto Yahuwah of all that he hath, both of man and beast, and of the field of his possession, shall he be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy unto Yahuwah. Non-devoted, which shall be devoted of men, shall be redeemed, but shall surely be put to death. And all the tithe of the land, all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is Yahuwah's. It is holy unto Yahuwah. And if a man will at all redeem out of his tithes, he shall add thereto the fifth part thereof. And concerning the tithe of the herd or of the flock, even of whatsoever passeth under rod, the tenth shall be holy unto Yahuwah. And, we talked about the tithing before, and it was never about money. And for those people who say, they didn't have money back then, so we use money now. No, they had money back then. We see Abraham buying a lot for Sarah, and so on and so forth. But it was always about tithing for the Levitical priesthood, because they didn't have land. There's the only ones that didn't have land to grow their crops on. So that's what the whole tithing principle was about. He shall not search whether it be good or bad, neither shall he change it. And if he change it at all, then both it and the change thereof shall be holy. It shall not be redeemed. These are the commandments which Yahuwah commanded Moses for the children of Israel in Mount Sinai. Now we're starting the book of Numbers. And a lot of this, man, I'm going to try my best to pronounce these names, but some of them I just won't be able to pronounce. And, some of this is just going to be hard to read, but just have to bear with me. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of the house of his fathers. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you. Of the tribe of Reuben, Eleazar, the son of Shedeur. Of Simeon, Shelumiel, the son of Jereshadai. of Judah, Nation, the son of Aminadab; of Issachar, Nathaniel, the son of Zuar; of Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Helon; of the children of Joseph; of Ephraim, Elishma, the son of Ammihud; of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur; of Benjamin, Abinan, the son of Gideoni; of Dan, Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai; of Asher, Pagiel, the son of Ochran; of Gad, Elias, I can't pronounce that, the son of Deuel; of Naphtali, Ahira, the son of Enon. These were the renowned of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel. And Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they are assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. As Yahuwah commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the children of Simeon, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Of the tribe of Judah, of the children of Judah, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600. Of the children of Issachar, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the children of Joseph, namely, of the children of Ephraim, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. The children of Manasseh. A lot of this is repeated, so I'm just gonna not cut it out, but it's the same thing repeated over and over. So I'm just gonna say the number of the tribe. How many was the tribe of the children of Manasseh? Was 32,200. Benjamin was 35,400, and Dan, the tribe of Dan, was 32,700. The children of Asher was 1,500. The children of Naphtali was 53,400. These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, each one was for the house of his fathers. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their fathers, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go to forth to war in Israel. Even all they that were numbered were 600,000 and 3,550. Levites exempted. But the Levites, after the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them. For Yahuwah had spoken unto Moses, saying, only thou shalt number the tribe of Levi. Thou shalt not number the tribe of Levi, neither take the sum of them among the children of Israel. But thou shalt appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of testimony, and over all the vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall bear the tabernacle and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp round about of the tabernacle. Also, we see, just for a little side note, a little reminder, which we haven't got into yet, but Jeroboam and Rehoboam, the sons of Solomon, the kings after Solomon died, Jeroboam's sin was that he took priests and actually he made different temples for them to be in instead of the ones that that Yahuwah appointed, and he appointed priests that was not Levites, and this was his sin. But we'll learn about that later also in the book of Kings. And when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites shall take it down, and when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard throughout their host. But the Levites shall pitch around about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of children of Israel, and the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that Yahuwah commanded Moses. So did they. So before Aaron and Aaron's sons, which was Nadab and Abihu, which died for offering a strange fire because they wasn't permitted to go in there and do that, so they died. And Eleazar and I can't remember the other priest's name, but they was before he appointed the Levites to be priests. It was Aaron's sons. Now Numbers chapter 2. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, every man of the children of Israel shall pitch by his own standard with the ensign of their father's house far off about the tabernacle of the congregation shall they pitch. And on the east side toward the rising of the sun shall they of the standard of the camp of Judah pitch throughout their armies. And Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, shall be captain of the children of Judah, and his host, and those that were numbered of them were 314,600. And those that do pitch next unto him shall be the tribe of Issachar, and Nathaniel, the son of Zaor, shall be captain of children of Issachar, and his host, and those that were numbered thereof were 54,400. Then the tribe of Zebulun, and Eliab, the son of Helon, shall be captain of the children of Zebulun, and his host, and those that were numbered thereof were 57,400. And that were numbered in the camp of Judah were 100,000 throughout their armies. These shall first set forth. On the south side shall be on the standard of the camp of Reuben, according to their armies. And the captain of the children of Reuben shall be Eleazar, the son of Shedeur, and his host, and those that were numbered thereof were 46,500. And those that which pitch by him shall be the tribe of Simeon, and the captain of the children of Simeon shall be Shelumiel, the son of Zerishaddai, and his host, and those that were numbered of them were 59,300. And the tribe of Gad, and the captain of the sons of Gad shall be Elisaph, the son of Reuel, and his host, and those that were numbered of them were 45,650. And all that were numbered in the camp of Reuben were 100,050 and 1,450 through their armies, and they shall not set forth in the second rank. Then the tabernacle of congregation shall set forward with the camp of the Levites in the midst of the camp. As they encamp, so shall they set forward, every man in his place by their standards. On the west side shall be the standard of the camp Ephraim, according to their armies. And the captain of the sons of Ephraim shall be Elishama, the son of Ammihud, and his hosts, and every number of them were 40,500. And by him shall be the tribe of Manasseh, and the captain of the children of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel, the son of Pedasur, and his hosts, and those that were numbered of them were 30 and 2,200. And the tribe of Benjamin, and the captain of the sons of Benjamin shall be Abidan, the son of Gedani, and his host, and those that were numbered of them were 30 and 5,400. And all that were numbered of the camp of Ephraim were 100,000 and 8,100 throughout their armies, and they shall go forward in the third rank. The standard of the camp of Dan shall be on the north side of by their armies, and the captain of the children of Dan shall be Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai, and his host, and those that were numbered of them were 62,700. And those that encamp by him shall be the tribe of Asher. As the captain of children of Asher shall be Pagiel, the son of Ochran, and his host, and those that were numbered of them were 41,500. The tribe of Naphtali, 53,400. The camp of Dan, 600,000 and 3,550. But the Levites were not numbered among the children of Israel, as Yahuwah commanded Moses. And the children of Israel did according to all that Yahuwah commanded Moses. So they pitched by their standards, and so they set forward every one of their families according to the house of their fathers. A lot of this stuff is hard to understand because it's just a lot of, you just can't wrap your head around it. But I want to let you know, to break it down a little bit, we're seeing a lot of what Yahuwah commanded Moses and Aaron, and then we see exactly Aaron and Moses assembling exactly how they was commanded. So that's what we're seeing. A lot of the stuff was repeated. We're seeing him command it, and then we're seeing him do it. Chapter 3. These are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day yet Yahuwah spake with Moses in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. See, that was the name I couldn't remember earlier, Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests which were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest's office. And Nadab and Abihu died before Yahuwah when they offered strange fire before Yahuwah in the wilderness of Sinai. And they had no children, and Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the sight of Aaron their father. So they ministered in the sight of their father after Nadab and Abihu died. Duties of the Levites. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Bring the tribe of Levi near, and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him. We'll learn about the Levitical priesthood. And they shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation, to do the service of the tabernacle, and they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the charge of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites unto Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given unto him out of the children of Israel. And thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall wait on the priest's office, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, And behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn that openeth the matrix among the children of Israel. Therefore the Levites shall be mine, because all the firstborn are mine. For on the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I hallowed unto me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and beast. Mine shall they be, I am Yahuwah. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Number the children of Levi after the house of their fathers by their families. Every male from a month old and upward shalt thou number them. And Moses numbered them according to the word of Yahuwah, as he commanded. And these were the sons of Levi by their names: Gershon, Kohath, Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gershon by the families: Libni, Shimei. And the sons of Kohath by their families: Amram, Izahar, Hebron, Uziel. And the sons of Merari by their families: Mali, or Malai, and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to the house of their fathers. Of Gershon was the family of Libnites, and the family of Shemites. These are the families of the Gershonites. Those that were numbered of them according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward, even those that were numbered of them were 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall pitch behind the tabernacle westward. And the chief of the house of the father of the Gershonites shall be Elisaph, of the son of Lael, and the charge of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation shall be the tabernacle and the tent, the covering thereof, and the hanging for the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the hangings of the court, and the curtain for the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle and by the altar round about, and the cords of it for all the service thereof. And of Kohath was the family of the Amorites, and the family of the Hizrites, and the family of Hebronites, and the family of Uzzielites. These are the families of the Kohathanites. And the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 8,600, keeping the charge of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle southward, and the chief of the house of the father of the families of the Kohathites shall be Eliphaz and the son of Uzziel. And their charge shall be the ark, and the table, and the candlestick, and the altars, and the vessels of the sanctuary, wherewith they minister, and the hanging, and all the service thereof. And Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, shall be chief over the chief of the Levites, and have the oversight of them that keep charge of the sanctuary. Of Merari was the family of Mahalites, the family of Mushites. These are the families of Merari. And those that were numbered of them according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 6,200. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of Merari was Zuriel, the son of Abihail. These shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle northward. So we're seeing how these families are pitching, they're camping all east, west, north, south around the tabernacle. And under the custody and charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle, the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof, and the vessels thereof, and all the service thereto, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords. But those that encamp before the tabernacle toward the east, even before the tabernacle of the congregation eastward, shall be Moses. So he wants Moses and Aaron and his sons on the east side, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. All that were numbered of the Levites, which Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of Yahuwah throughout their families, all the males from a month old and upward were 22,000, redemption of the firstborn. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, number all the firstborn of the males of the children of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. And thou shalt take the Levites for me, I am Yahuwah, instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of Levites instead of all the firstlings among the cattle of the children of Israel. And Moses numbered, as Yahuwah commanded him, all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and all the firstborn males by the number of names from a month old and upward, of those that were numbered of them were 22,213. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am Yahuwah. And for those that are to be redeemed of 213 of the firstborn of children of Israel, which are more than the Levites. Thou shalt even take 5 shekels apiece by the pole. After the shekel of the sanctuary shalt thou take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs. And thou shalt give the money wherewith the odd number of them is to be redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons. And Moses took the redemption money of them that were over and above them that were redeemed by the Levites. Of the firstborn of the children of Israel took he the money, 1,365 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. And Moses gave the money of them that were redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons, according to the word of Yahuwah, as Yahuwah commanded Moses. So tomorrow we're going to be in Numbers chapter 4. Man, because these verses are every one 50. Every one of these chapters are 50 verses long. So tomorrow we'll pick back up in Numbers chapter 4. But in a couple hours we're going to get back into the book of Jubilees and continue on in that. And like I said, man, I really encourage everybody to try to make it there if they can. It's so good. But it's good to see you guys, and I love you. Thanks for coming today and to study with us. We'll definitely be praying for you, Chris. I love you, man. Love all y'all. We need to be praying for each other. That's what this is all about. And that's all we got, guys, is each other. We have to make this work. I wish we could do it away in person somehow, but I don't know how we'd do that, But yeah, let's be praying for each other and keep being watchmen and keep studying every day to show ourselves approved. And let's keep running this race. But I'm going to come back in a couple hours, guys, and do the Jubilee study. I really hope to see you there. And always remember that the truth will set you free. See you guys. I'll see you in a couple hours.